Hello, everyone, joining us from all around the world through many times and places. Here we are at EarthStock 2024. Big warm welcome to you from me, Kara Stonehouse, at the Hague Center for Global Governance, Innovation and Emergence, and Governance lead with Gaia Commons. Here we are in the Gaia Hub, in the Transformation Hour. And today is the theme of unity through arts and culture. So we have some performances for you to bring our hearts into the arts. So today I'll be introducing first Amanda Waring. Amanda Waring is an award-winning actress from the UK. She started as Gigi in the West End at the age of 19. She's a poet, film director, medicine woman, sound healer, speaker, and celebrant who serves all her creative skills. She weaves all her creative skills through her presentations. She has sung to the dying since she was 8 years old. I just find that so touching. And she's how death do. Her album, I Am Near You, is used by many people in that process. Her award-winning film has been seen by millions and transformed the care of the elderly around the world. So that's the power of the arts coming into ground. She regularly performs peace ceremonies to unite hundreds of people, and her focus this year is to help us find that peace within, personally and globally, through the arts and the sacred. So happy to have you on with us today, Amanda.
Thank you. It's beautiful to be here with you all. Real honor. Absolutely. Fantastic. And it's so touching when you said about being moved by the fact of singing to the dying at 8 years old, because I wish more people understood that possibility of being able to sing to the dying. As children, there's something about the purity and the innocence of the direct heart connection when someone is going through that final transition. So my grandmother was a very wise woman, and she saw something in me when I sang that seemed to really relax people, make them feel safe and gentrified. Oh, I love that word. I've just come up with that. Gentrified, yes. So I thought today, for some of this presentation, I'm going to actually do a premiere of a poem that I've just written, which is to do with peace and activating people's ability to stand up, particularly as women, for peace. But I thought I'd start with a little blessing. I will make sure my sound is on. Okay. So I just thought I'd sing a blessing for you all now. And a blessing of
It got a little quiet, so just maybe if there's a slight adjustment.
Can you hear me now? Is that all right? Is that working?
It's good, it's just a little quiet, so give it some projection.
I'll give you some protection. Okay.
Sounds good, ringing true.
Just allowing that feeling of coming into your heart. Just take a deep breath in. And I thought I'd share with you the healing poetry. And this is really about how often do we welcome ourselves to our own heart? Where is the unity within ourselves? How do we make that happen? So I'm going to take you on a little poetic journey where you're going to feel the, if you like, the ebb and flow of life and death through the eyes of our innocence and our child. So I'm going to start off with a soul-searching poem for all of you. What needs healing in me? What inspires me? What tires me? What do I need to release? How do I find peace? Who do I want to become? Have I become numb? Can I find my voice? Can I live as my choice? Can I connect? Do I reject myself? What have I learned? Where have I got burnt? Can I let love in and begin to heal? So placing your hands on your heart, just allowing yourself to receive. Welcome to you, child of the seas and the trees and the earth and the stars. Medicine child, awake to the quake of your joy dance, your entrance, your birth. Bring forth your gifts, your magic, your ways, and live in beauty all of your days. Held in ceremony, ritual, and rhyme, sealed with love so deep and divine. This is your time. Feel our call. Be witnessed, held, and loved by all, child of all time. Welcome. And the invitation. Come, come, you are not done. Come back from the brink. You will not sink. Surfs up, waves are coming in. Fly on silver crests. Bring forth your best journey. Set sail on the back of a whale. I will sing you back. Come back. Come back. You are not done. Listen to my love song. It's here where you belong. And the return. And so the child came back. She came back star-laden, embravened, painted with the holy raven's connection. She found her ways through that thickening haze. She didn't choke, but let the croak of frogs cleanse her clear. She walked and talked and ran and sang, and she was free. And the release. And the child swayed under the gaze of a swaying palm. And she lifted her voice and released her love charms, which carried in song, reached where they belonged. She sung the songs of liberation and divination, and she whispered wonders on the breeze. Child of all time, welcome, welcome, welcome. May there be peace in your east and peace in your west. May there be peace in your north and peace in your south. May there be peace without and peace within, as your journey of peace begins, as your journey of love it brings, as your journey of light it sings. I hope you feel that your heart has welcomed yourself back to your own heart. I'm going to move into something a little bit different now, as a poem that has just been written. This is the premiere of this poem publicly, so it seems very fitting to premiere this on this beautiful EarthStock time. So it's called We Are Family. We are mothers and grandmothers, and we create life. We did not give birth to children to kill, maim, or fight. We say no more devastation and shattered hearts. We implore the government to become a part of building bridges for peace, no longer chained to the profits of war that only reassure those who live off the ammunition, the smokescreen of battle, the battleground of hate. Make love, not war. We swore to honor our brothers and sisters. We are family. We are family. Drum this to the world. Strum this to the world. Peace is possible. War is impossible as an antidote to unity. Let's become one community where peace is held at its center as a sacred right, where we no longer have to fight for rights to be heard or seen, where a department of peace building allows us to intervene in the ways of tolerance and kindness, moving us from blindness into balance. We are family. We are family. Let's move away from autocracy towards a true democracy, remembering our interdependence and making non-violence a priority. Let's ungun America, shun the dogs of war, restore communication and recalibration. Let's shift into the celebration of our shared humanity, creating a culture of peace, where the vultures who pick at the spoils of war are shown what hands are for, to reach out, brother to brother, sister to sister, father to mother. We are family. We are family. We stand for peace. We dance the release of grief. We cry our pain for those who have lost their lives again and again and again. Oppression, suppression, depression, starvation. Let's move into an activation of solutions, a heart-based revolution. Peace is possible. We have to bring it into being by seeing it in our future, drum it into life, not drums of war, drums of celebration, not his story, but her story, not glorifying war, but honoring peace and the release of the shackles of blame and shame as we regain one love, one family. We are daughters and mothers and grandmothers, and we are stepping up and stepping in, a rainbow hoop of all colors and all nations, not dying for war, but living for peace. We are family. We are family. We are family.
Yes. Powerful, true, and calling us forward.
Allowing that call to be heard, definitely. I'm going to share another poem now, and this is really a lot of the poems that I've written have been to help women go through trauma, and in a way by identifying the trauma and then allowing that trauma to be having the medicine of what is needed to release that. And part of this is looking at love or need and going into strong medicine. So if we're all right with this. So love or need. What is the difference between love and need? Love is a flowering and an unfurling. Need is a grabbing and a tightening. Love is space, breath, light, respect, and warming joy. Need is despair, addiction, shadowed pain, and drowning. Love is movement. Need is strangulation. Love is acceptance. Need is control. Love is free. Need is martyred. Love is trust. Need is mistrust. Love is letting go of fear. Need needs to feed off fear. Love allows connection. Need traps one in isolation. Love is. Need wants to be. You choose to love or need. strong medicine. Strong medicine poems and stories are ugly but true. They come from the gut, the mulch of you. They tear through one's being with a force so fierce to allow one to recognize and then release the hurts, the pains, the same old refrains that we repeat year after year, somnolent, clueless, stuck in a do-less mentality until the reality of our soul wounds burst forth to be cleared and healed, to restore our self-worth. Well, these two medicine poems ripped through me, the anguish and the remedy. They came out all in a piece, as in a torrent, when I least expected it. I was waiting for 12 women to come for a Valentine's ceremony I was leading. I sat under the oak tree in the field, expecting to write a few words about the nature of love. Well, my authentic voice came out passionately, disarmingly, revealing me. There was no hiding or sugarcoating my experience, and I offer this as medicine to others who may recognize the affliction and the addiction of an unhealthy relationship. A love poem of a different kind, to shift others out of where they have been blind into hopefully a safer, new reality. Heartbreak rap. I can't feel, I don't know what's real anymore. What's the deal? What's life for? An open door to what, or a closed book? I'm off the hook, out of here, can't take the pace, the what is real, what is fake, an abyss of loss where no one gives a toss. I have lost my hope, dreams gone up in smoke. I'm choking on life, choking in death somehow. I couldn't care less. How'd I get so numb, dumb, lost? That is the cost of love unrequited. You become partially sighted to a dream of happy endings and the blending of one soul to another, but you soon discover broken glass, distortion, and the unbelievable contortions, forced to keep the dream a second longer. I thought love made you stronger. It destroys the soul. Make-up sex breaks us. I'm distressed, so's the bed. Head hurts, mine's worse. You tore up my four-leaf clover, told me to bend over. Could I get any lower? A life of hit, no miss, bruises, and I didn't choose this. You abuse this, and it's not okay. It's not okay. You'll ask me to stay, and I pray I have strength to leave this day. I pray I have strength to leave this time. I pray I can get back to what's mine. Who am I? Where am I? I can't take him on. I can't sing my song. I just have to do less so I can keep safe, be less so I can hide. Too tired to leave. I tried before. These musings are causing confusions in my brain. No family, dignity, the ignominy of moving too fast with his low-life cast and crew. Who knew this is what he could do to my youth, my truth? Hit me out the park like he's some Babe Ruth. I'm shivering in the dark, half forgot my name, but no one came to rescue me. So better the devil, I guess. He knows best. May I rest in peace. And the remedies to this. My body is a temple. My body is not a vessel of hate or disgrace. My body is a vessel of love and grace. My body is not a vessel of shame or blame. My body is a vessel that I reclaim as sacred. And I call on the grandmothers with the grandmother's song. I'm gonna blow a soul sound into you, child. I'm gonna blow a soul sound into your soul. I'm gonna weave the words that I've been told. Speak them soft and speak them bold. Unify and rectify the lost parts of your heart. I'm gonna sing your soul song and bring you home and remind you that in your darkness, you are loved. In your grief, you are loved. In your aloneness, you are loved. In your silence, you are loved. In your seeking, you are loved. My grandmothers and her grandmothers and her grandmothers before wrap you in a shawl of song and story, reflecting back the glory of all that you are. We sing from the moon, we sing from the stars, we sing healing to mend all your wounds and your scars. I'm going to blow a soul sound into you, child. I'm going to blow a soul sound into your soul. I'm going to weave the words that I've been told. Speak them soft and speak them bold. Unify and rectify the lost parts of your heart. Self-love remedy. Listening to the birds, and I heard my name. Feeling the earth beneath me, and I felt no shame. Yes, I am raw, messy, wild, and wise, and not to be tamed, but that does not mean I should feel blamed for my imperfections, but rather accepted for the depths at which I can accept myself. So for all those that have experienced what I've touched on, I hope this lands, I hope this provides a balm and is a healing medicine for you to take the action that you may feel you need to take. And I will just finish on 2 more poems. As it was mentioned by Cara, I am a celebrant. I take funerals and weddings and blessings. And my work is, even from the youngest age, from 8 years old, it has always been about love. And one of the things that I love to do when I'm doing a ceremony at the end of life is we will do a tree planting. And, you know, if you think about all the layers of yourself, all the experiences you've had, the good, the bad, and the ugly, at that moment of death, this is the point where we unify with great love. And so this is in honor of your life and in honor of the ancestors. And I hope you receive this well. As we stand on this sacred land at this sacred time, may we honor our ancestors that have gone before, so that we can be born into this dear world once more. May we give thanks to blessed Mother Earth, who holds us so tenderly and shares her beauty so generously. We honor and give thanks to the standing ones, the oaks, the trees, who witness our ceremony. They hold and transmute divine love and remind us to root ourselves in love and with love. We give thanks to the winged ones, the birds that sing the love of joy's remembrance, reminding us to give voice to love. We give thanks to the waters of the earth that leads us back to our rebirth and the renewal of sacred ways. We give thanks to the bright golden sun, reminding us we are all one and to bask in the warmth of love. We give thanks to the gentle breeze, rustling the leaves on the trees, reminding us to let love be free. And we honor the seeds within this holy ground, in this forest, where we have found a place of grace and peace, where love divine will never cease. and all the seeds that have been planted by everybody at this amazing festival. You think about this incredible unification, this like recalibration, as I said in my piece work. And that poem is actually from my book, which is Being a Good Carer. Sorry about this. Which those of you that are caring for the dying, it gives a lot of my poetry and my song, and has been mentioned before. If you wish to know a little bit more, obviously, Cara will let you know websites and that kind of thing as well. But I think this time of where we are battling with coming in and out of hope, the last poem I really want to just share with you is this. If you plant a seed and it takes root elsewhere, don't turn your back. The seed is still there. It's sowing that matters, the courage to try. Nerves may be shattered, but the seed cannot die. So let's celebrate the seeds and celebrate each other. And thank you for having me here today.
Thank you, Amanda. Truly transformational. I think when people can be seen and heard like this and called into healing through art, I think that's beautiful service we can do for the world. I think that's all. I feel sometimes that's God's greatest wish for us, to just be here with me in this experience.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's simpler than we think, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my lovely.
Yeah, so art has the power to touch, heal, and transform. And that's also how our next guest serves in the world. Piper Dellums is the daughter of Congressman and Oakland Mayor Ronald V. Dellums, and he's a professional theater and film producer, director, poet, playwright, and screenwriter with over 35 years in professional and academic arts. Piper has published 15 books and won many films and screenwriting awards. In addition, she's an international inspirational speaker, motivational drama, arts, and writing therapist, specializing in issues of human trafficking, Indigenous healing, sexual violence, abuse, and addiction. She's the mother of 2 daughters, Sydney and Dylan Ross, and happy to have you on the show today, Piper. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Cara. I really would like to honor the words, the power, the presence, the dignity, and the vulnerability, Amanda, of your work, of your poetry. I mean, you spoke into generational trauma, you spoke into the hearts of women, and you reflected the cry of the mother, from the earth mother down to the wombs and the seeds within us all. And thank you for resurrecting the hope back. This is actually a perfect transition, because the work that I'm presenting today, composed by the great Gary Malkin, these are films that I put together, and I also spoke the heart of the mother, the heart of the survivor. And I spoke those words as a woman, as a mother, and as a survivor, with the earth as the construct, the framework, the painting, and the authority. So I'm utilizing the beauty of our Earth Mother with the words of the spirit and the soul to present these 3 short projects. So I'm very grateful to be here. I'm grateful that you survived. And I thank you for saying to us that survived, so that we can pour our medicine into the earth and into the children and into the generations of women that don't have an open voice. Thank you. God bless you. So, Cara, I am going to pretend that I'm a technological master. Now I can make a film and I can split a cell, because I do have my PhD is in biochemistry. Now, different generation, can I share my project with you through Zoom? So what I'm going to request from you is to be able to have the icon to share. And I'm hoping that I'm able to do this. And I'm so grateful to be here. And I think that one of the most powerful aspects of this conference is that we are giving voice. We are giving voice to the mother. And we're giving voice because we know that her survival is opportunity destroyer. We need fresh air, clean water. We need all of the inhabitants of the earth in order for us to proliferate as a species, and to bring us together in a collective forum is a magnificent blessing.
And just make sure you've shared your computer sound. That's a little extra tick box you have to do. So if you haven't done that yet, start over that sharing process.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you go share, share full screen, and computer sound just down at the bottom underneath.
So let me.
In the stillness
I don't know
of
how to
autumn,
stop the share now.
when we release the chrysanthemum hues of yesterday,
We can hear it, so that's
and
good.
enter boldly into
You
the
can or
place
you
of
cannot
knowing.
hear it.
We can, but we can't see it just now. So let's just start that over. Yeah, start that process again.
So let me first find you again. Oh gosh. I knew that this was going to happen.
Yeah, find the Zoom below, and so it'll come up. Yeah.
Let's try this again.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to do our share. I understand now. Look at that. My kids would be so proud of me in this moment.
Wonderful.
Okay, so it says that I'm sharing. Go back to that link. I'm so sorry, you guys. This is why I jumped into the conversation CC room, because I knew I needed youthful assistance. So I'm going to figure this out. There we are. Okay. Okay. Here's my summit requiem, and let me know if you are able to hear it now.
I can hear it. I can't see it though.
It says that I'm screen sharing.
Yeah, we're just seeing. Just wait, maybe it's coming.
Well, I've also sent you the link if you would like to.
Yes.
Okay, let's try that.
Yeah, okay.
In the stillness of autumn, when we release the chrysanthemum hues of yesterday, and enter boldly into the place of knowing. In the stillness,
Oh gosh.
we are heard
Now we have to figure out how to
and
no
loved
longer share. How do we stop
by the
that?
dancing rebirth
It's just,
all of creation
Share.
and the great spirit
It's not
which
doing
holds
it.
our nakedness
Sorry.
beneath the sun and sustains us all.
It's not stopping the share for you.
okay, it'll come here. Here we go. There we go. We're good. Yeah.
The stillness
You
of
can see it now?
autumn is the
Perfect.
All good.
in the stillness of autumn, when we release the chrysanthemum hues of yesterday and enter boldly into the place of knowing. In this stillness, we are heard and loved by the dancing rebirth of all of creation and the great spirit which holds our nakedness beneath the sun and sustains us all. The stillness of autumn is the gift of the spirit. The present we unwrap as we connect to the whispered songs of silence. The gift of the spirit is God's own power to love and to transform the world by that power. This gift of knowing the spirit, of being able to love as God does, is the same gift we pour in and through the world simply by loving. The Spirit is the driving force, the animating creative life of the entire cosmos. The Spirit is always a gift. It's always an unmerited favor. It's always pure grace. Like wind, it cannot be seen. Like the rays of the dawning sun, it cannot be controlled. The spirit is elusive, blowing where it will. Yet like the river and the rain, the spirit can be felt. The spirit is experienced as the warmth of God's love. The spirit is supremely intimate, yet supremely transcendent. The spirit is what connects me into the oneness of you. The Spirit interweaves us into each other's souls, and we then remember that we are all a symphony of rustling leaves bathed beneath a harvest moon. In the silence, in the autumn, beneath the sun, in our sacred stillness, we are learning how to listen. If we're not silent, we cannot hear from God. God is always speaking all things into being, our open hearts, our compassion, our love. So let it be. God is speaking, let there be light, let there be stones, let there be trees, let there be leaves. Let there be rivers and rocks and dreams and wonder and awe and stars. Our bodies embody the presence of God. God fills our nothingness with light and love and perfect harmony. God is always speaking all things into being right now, and right now, and right now. Good morning, grandmother. Good morning, my queen. You rise with the sun and ebb with the moon. I honor your antiquity. O my grandmother ocean, look into the depth of everything. You are celebrated by the moon, by the sun, by the angels and the finned ones, and the two-legged and the four-legged and the winged ones. You are the lighthouse home for the lost and the scared. Oh, my grandmother ocean, the eternal one, the divine one, the bursting one who carries me on top of the waves of her poetry. I look into the eternity of your sacred, fertile womb, of your birthing and bursting of everything, of your beginning, and the impossible infinity of your never endless love. Grandmother, I see the sacred pouring through your open thighs, your widespread arms, and your delicate, rippling toes. I know your dance, and you know mine. I know your fight, and your flight, and your freedom. I know your whisper, and your calm, and the gentle way you carry me into my own silent wisdom. I know your power and your praise. I know your pirouettes and your reaching. I know your flow and your giggles and your screams and your pause and your purpose and all the abuses you have suffered, and yet you birth the newness of perfection and praise. I know your voice and your secrets and the song that the birds sing upon your breasts every morning. I know your pearls and your bones and your outstretched arms and your abandon. My grandmother ocean, I know your name, your infinite name. I know that you reflect the infinity of all of life. I know your name and you know mine. I feel you and you feel me. I know the smell of your perfume, the salt and the tears of your heavenly embrace, holding the drops of rain and the fragrant dance of me, the flower of me, and every aria you have ever sung, every orchestration you have ever composed, and yet I hear the silence of God when I am near you. Grandmother, I know the taste of your lips and the power of your touch. I know the comfort of your kisses, grandmother, for they have held me together and kept me from drowning in the open waters of my sometimes painful moments when I am tipping at the edges of my own fear. You catch me. Grandmother, I see you. I see your open everything. I see the rainbow hues of the coral you collect and the babies that you birth. I see your open everything, giving yourself away as the intimate immediacy of the grace and miracle of the very presence of life itself. You represent the greatest of all wombs, the waters of all life, the fertility of all that exists. Without you, Grandmother, we are nothingness. Without you, these dry bones could not live, for you are the catcher and the divinity of the ancient sacred bones that hold the sorrow of my ancestors. Grandmother, help us to understand the generosity of your infinite, for we are the song that you sing, the mouths that you feed, the catcher of our prayers. As you lift our prayers up into the heavens and dance the dance of divinity into the arms of the Creator, our Father, our Mother, inside of you, Grandmother, we imagine ourselves looking into our own hearts, bathing and dancing inside of your own. Can you feel us? Can you taste us? Can you save us? Can you hear us when we scream in silence? Can you see me? I know the power and beauty and the explosion of your sadness, of your being forced to cough out and cough up the poison of our disregard. I feel sorrow for what you've had to endure. I know the echo of your sorrow, I have it too. But Grandmother, you belong to everything and everyone, and yet, Grandmother, you are a part of me. You are the ancient wisdom keeper. You hold the dreams and the tears and the blood and the sacred bones and screams and the ancestors' secrets. Grandmother, you hold the wisdom and the dreams of all of humanity. You are the rhythm of the mother's heartbeat and the manifestation of the Father's vision. And inside of you, we dance. Grandmother Ocean, you are the way back home, the divine feminine, the voice of the angels, the cries of the mothers. You are the hope of all people. You are the medicine and the dance, the medicine and the music, the dance and the wonder. Where your body ends is where ours begins. You are the prayer and the medicine and the music, the dance, the dig, the baptism, the ancient and the authentic love, the reflection and image of God. You are the poem that will never be completed, reflecting the dignity of every driving force within the very heart and the very cry of grace. I often ask myself when I stand between your thighs and dig into your body like a desperate child, how do I keep missing all of the angels dancing upon and within your body with their trumpets and fingers and proclamations? Those four-legged ones, those winged ones, those shelled ones, those wooden ones, those rock ones, the mountains that surround and frame you, those angels, those wind angels, desperate to arouse us back to the surface, to the soul and heartbeat of every being. So that we may return to life, so that we may return to freedom, so that we may breathe.
The final one is after this.
Beautiful, just beautiful.
Listen quietly to your very breath in this stillness, in this perfection, in this sacred, soulful, eternal stillness, peace. When I speak of peace, I speak of the practice of beholding the beautiful, beholding the majestic. Peace is to encounter the holy in the ordinary. Peace is to find God. For it only takes a moment of stillness to dance with God in the mirror of your authentic spirit. You are spirit. You are peace. You are love. Breathe it in. Even in a world where conflict and suffering are so abundant, and our inner conflict can take us away from this sacred stillness, peace is always beautiful, and beautiful is home. What hope we have is the hope we create when we come together, act together, heal together, to love together. We must first forgive ourselves and one another, for radical forgiveness is the road to peace. This is love. This is the stillness of God. Everything begins with a thought, and all of your peace comes from within. It's not lost, but it can be found by listening to your breath, to God, to your heart, or with a simple smile. Change your thoughts, change the world. And so it is, like the miraculous drops of water that seep through mountain limestone, that gather themselves into springs, that flow into creeks, that merge into rivers, that find their way to oceans, like our breath and our stillness. Peace.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing your videos, your beautiful offerings with you and Gary. Now you're muted. But we do have to, we're at the time now for the next call. So I just wanted to share very briefly that the drums around the world. Oh. I'm just going to turn that off because it's not the right thing there. Can you unmute yourself, Piper?
I'm still hearing the background, the music. Is there a way to turn that part off?
I think that might be in your own space. I've turned it off elsewhere. So good.
Should never be turned off. It's stunning. Absolutely beautiful.
I can't hear you, unfortunately. How do I do it? Oh my God.
Just hit pause or.
If you
I
stop,
did.
if you
I'm
stop
hitting
screen share,
everything.
Okay, well we can't hear it, so
That's
just
okay.
yeah, we just
That's
have to
okay.
close. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, just thank you so much both for your beautiful sharings and how we wove together the same threads of healing through the earth, the rawness and the medicine and the dance that we are. So thank you so much and blessings. And we'll see you around on this great earth.
Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you. Love to you both.
Well, joys arms around the world.